છું. बंसी बजैया रास रचैया काली नागा गया जिसका कोई नहीं जग में उसका नीत कन्हैया बंसी बजैया रास रचैया काली नागा गया राजा हो या दीन भिखारी सबका तू रखवाला मुरलीधर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला जय गोविंदा गोपाला मनमोहन श्याम कन्हैया मुरलीधर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला जय गोविंदा जय गोविंदा जय गोविंद हरे जय गोविंदा जय गोविंदा जय गोविंद हरे जय गोविंदा जय
प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। My dear friends, welcome to each and every one of you. As tonight we begin with the worship of the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh, I ask you all to focus your minds on this beautiful Murti of Lord Ganesh. Put your hands together, close eyes and concentrate on that Lord. Take a flower in your hand, the Srota, and we win the grace of Bhagwan Ganapati. Om Hari Om Hari Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kuru me Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvadam Om Gam Ganapati Bhyo Namo Namaha Vakratundaye Bhyo Namo Namaha Mushakvahana भ्यो नमः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। Place the flowers at the feet of the Murti. Sprinkle water on and about of the Murti and the altar. Sarva papa harang divyam Gangeyam nirmalam jalam Achmanyam maya datam Grihitam Purushottama Shri Siddhi Vinayakayebhyo Namo Namah. We offer Vastra, cotton at the feet of the Lord. Iti Shri Vastradanam Sankalpam Samarpayami Om Gam Ganapatebhyo Namo Namah. We offer Hardi and Sindur onto the cotton and the coconut. Om Hardayam Saubhagyadayani Iti Shri Saubhagyam Bhyo Namo Namam Iti Shri Gam Ganapate Bhyo Namo Namam Sinduram Priyatlikyam Mukyamam Dayani Iti Shri Sinduram Samarpayami. Dubgras Shri Durve Durve Sankalpam Samarpayami Om Gam Ganapataye Bhyo Namo Namah. Pushpa, flowers. Maldakani Sugandheni Malityani Nivai Prabhu Mala Hirtyani Pushpani Priti Grihiyatam. Prem se bolo Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai. Offer incense. वनस्पतिर्सुधूपो गन्हाद्य मुक्तमाम perfume na iti श्रीगंधम समर्पयामि ओम गम गणपति भ्यो नमो नमः. We light the sacred fire. Shri Agin Devatabhyo Namo Namah. Om Gam Ganapatayebhyo Namah. Take a flower in your hand, look at the flames of the fire. Ang Jwalit Mukhe Arun Mata Varun Pita Shandil Gotra Pavakanam Shri Agin Devata Asanam Sankalpam Samarpayami. Prem Swaro Shri Agin Devata Ki Jai. Place the flower aside. Now we offer ghee into the fire. Lovingly, we repeat Swaha together. Om Shri Gam Ganapatibhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Lambodharayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Vinayakayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Vigneshwarayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Shri Durga Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Balbir Hanumate Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Shri Krishnaya Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. We offer Google into the fire. Om Gam Ganapatibhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Mushak Vahanayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Siddhi Vinayakayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Namah Shivayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayebhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Sarva Devata Sarva Devibhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Pass water on the fire. Sarva Papaharang Divyam Gangayam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Yadatam Grihitam Purushottamah. Fan the fire all directions with the flower. Vanaspatir Sudupo Ganhadya Gandha Muktamam Agriyam Sarva Devanam Dupoyam Priti Grihiyatam. Prem Swaro Shri Agin Devata Ki Jai Sharanam. We take the prasad tonight and we offer it to Bhagwan Ganapati. And at the same token, my dear friends, today is Tuesday. Mahaviri Swami is worship. So we pray to Bhagwan Ganesh and Mahaviri Swami. Om Gam Ganapate Bhyo Namo Namah. Om Shri Hanumataye Bhyo Namo Namah. Om Shakarakara Kadyani Dadhi Chirak Charicha Mahar Bhaksha Bhojanam Iti Shri Gam Ganapatebhyo Namo Namaham. Shri Gam Ganapatebhyo Namo Namaham. Manojavang Maruta Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatang Varishtam Vatatmajang Vanarayutamukyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Trapadde. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvadam. Om Gam Ganapatibhyo Namo Namah. Hari Om Prasadam Sankalpam Samarpayami. Prem Swaro Shri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Pavana Putra Hanuman Ki Jai. we make an offering to the Murti of Lord Ganapati. Om Prasadam Sankalpam Samarpayami. We make an offering into the fire. Sri Hanumataya Bhyo Namo Nama Swaha. Place the prasadam. Offer water right wrong. Sarva Papa Harang Divyam Gangayam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Yadatam Grihitam Purushotamaha. Prem se bolo Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai. Prem se bolo Shri Pavana Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Now take a flower in your hand. We perform dhyan, meditation to all the different divine embodiments. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaram, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham. Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Gurur Padam, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Gurur Kripam. Shri Hanumataya Bhyo Namo Namaha. Om Balbir Hanumate Bhyo Namo Namaham. Lal Dekh Lali Lase Arudhar Lalangur Bajra Deva Dhano Dhalan Jaya 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 Kapisur. Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mokshi Yamamritat. Jaya Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutar Harani Jai Sarvagate Devi Kal Ratri Namastute. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanurumardhanam Devaki Nandana Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Asatuma Satagamaya Tamasuma Jyoti Mrityurma Amritam Gamay. Mrityurma Amritam Gamay. Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Umapati Mahadev ki. Place the flowers on the altar and take the sacred light, the tali, and we wave the beautiful light to the Lord and Master of the world. My dear friends, we sing the praises of the Lord. We perform arati. Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinadata, Vinayaka.
Vinadata, Vinayaka,
Are bolo Vinadata, Vinayaka.
Vinadata, Vinayaka,
Are bolo Vinayaka, Vinayaka.
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Are bolo Vinayaka, Vinayaka.
Vinayaka, Vinayaka,
Vinayaka, Vinayaka. Prem se bolo Shri Gajanan Swami ki Jai. My dear friends, after worshiping the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh, on this most auspicious time of Shri Ganesh Utsav, I welcome each and every one of you here tonight, yet another night of devotion. My dear friends, we sing the praises of Bhagwan Krishna. We blend our voices together. Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govind Hare
कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी।
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 हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। My dear friends, at this time we shall glorify Bhagwan Shiva. As customary, every night we have been glorifying the Lord. Bam Bam Bole Mahadev. In this beautiful bhajan, my dear friends, we blend our voice together. Jaya Shiva Shankar, Jaya Shiva Shankar, Jai Shankar Bhole, सब देवों में देव निराल, जय बम बम भोले।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर भोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम भोले।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर भोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम भोले।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर भोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम भोले।
आ आ महादेव तू ही तो सब देवों का संताप हरा। सागर मंथन में निकला विष तूने अपने कंठ भरा। महादेव तू ही तो सब देवों का संताप हरा। सागर मंथन में निकला विष तूने अपने कंठ भरा। इसीलिए हर प्राणी तुझको नीलकंठ बोले। शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर भोले।
सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम भोले।
तेरे नाम अनेकों बाबा, तेरे महिमा न्यारी, तेरे बेर अनोखे सबसे क्या जाने संसारी। तेरे नाम अनेकों बाबा, तेरे महिमा न्यारी, तेरे बेर अनोखे सबसे क्या जाने संसारी। तू ही है कैलाशपति पर्वत पर डोले।
सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम भोले।
अरे बोलो जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर भोले।
सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम भोले।
शीश तुम्हारे गंगा मैया चंद्र शिखर पे सोहे, तन पे सर्प विचरते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे। शीश तुम्हारे गंगा मैया चंद्र शिखर पे सोहे, तन पे सर्प विचरते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे। उसको कैसा कष्ट जगत में नाम तेरा जो ले।
सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम भोले।
अरे बोलो जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर भोले।
सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम भोले।
बोलो जय बम बम भोले, जय बम बम भोले। बोलो जय बम बम भोले, जय बम बम भोले। प्रेम से बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। At this time, my dear friends, we glorify the Divine Mother Durga in a beautiful bhajan, my dear friends. We blend our voices together to sing these beautiful words. तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, सरहाद का करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा।
तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, सजदा दिखा करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा।
ओम शांति ओम शांति
ओम शांति ओम शांति।
दर्शन हो मां तेरे सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन में रहो तुम सबके, तुमसे यही आशा है ओ माँ।
दर्शन हो माँ तेरे, सबकी अभिलाषा है। मन में रहो तुम सबके, तुमसे यही आशा है।
क्या मेरा क्या उसका, ये अपन पराया क्या। सर ज्योति जला करके रोशन करो जग सारा, रोशन करो जग सारा।
तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। सगरा हरि का करके, उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा।
ओम शांति ओम शांति
ओम शांति ओम शांति।
संसार तुम्हाया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है। एक दिन उस जाना है, जो भी यही आया है ओ माँ।
संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है। एक दिन उस जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है।
क्या रंग है जीवन का, क्या रूप है मानव का। तुम ज्ञान बरा करके उपकार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दुर्गा।
तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। सगरा हरि का करके, उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा।
ओम शांति ओम शांति
ओम शांति ओम शांति।
ओम शांति ओम शांति प्रेम स्वराज शक्ति दुर्गा देवी माता की। This time, my dear friends, we glorify Bhagwan Ganapati. Sing to the praises of the Lord. प्रथम भजो जय गणपति देवा, प्रथम भजो जय गणपति देवा। जय 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 गणनाथा,
जय जय जय
जय जय जय गणनाथा।
गणनाथा, जय 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 गणनाथा।
प्रथम भजो मैं गणपति देवा,
प्रथम भजो में गणपति देवा,
प्रथम भजो मैं गणपति देवा।
प्रथम भजो में गणपति देवा।
जय 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 गणनाथा,
जय 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 गणनाथा।
मुक्ति गणनाथा सिद्धि विनायक गजानना सिद्धि विनायक गजानना प्रथम भजो में गणपति देवा
प्रथम भजो में गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणनाथा
जय 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 गणनाथा
सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक सिद्धि विनायक सिद्धि विनायक सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक जय 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 गणनाथा
जय 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 गणनाथा
अरे बोलो बोलो जय 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 गणनाथा
जय 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 गणनाथा
मूषक वाहन श्री गणनाथा मूषक वाहन मंगल मूर्ति जय 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 गणनाथा
जय 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 गणनाथा
बोलो जय 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 गणनाथा
जय 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 गणनाथा
बोलो गणनाथा 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 प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय. My dear friends, for a few moments we glorify Bhagwan Ganesh, rather Pavan Putra Hanuman, today being Tuesday. Let us lift our voice together. Jai Jai Kapisha, Jai Jai Kapisha, Jai Jai Kapisha, Hanumanta, Jai Jai. Jai Jai Kapisha, Jai Jai Kapisha, Jai Jai Kapisha, Hanumanta.
जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा हनुमंता
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहि लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बलधामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा हनुमंता
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो शत बार बात कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जय जय
कपीशा जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा हनुमंता
बोलो जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा हनुमंता
जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा जय जय कपीशा हनुमंता
बोलो हनुमंता बोलो हनुमंता बोलो हनुमंता प्रेम से बोलो श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. My dear friends, as we begin with our discourse tonight, beautiful words. श्रद्धा से करते नमन गौरी पुत्र गणेश भक्ति और कीर्तन करे दीजिए प्रभु आदेश. श्रद्धा से करते नमन गौरी पुत्र गणेश भक्ति और कीर्तन करे दीजिए प्रभु आगे. अरे बोलो राम bolo Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram. पकर हनुमान जी दीजिए पंथ दिखाए, राम चरण को छोड़ के मन कहीं और न जाए। अरे बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम। पवन पुत्र हनुमान, ऐ सब नीति दीजिए, करो राम गुणगान। बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम, श्रद्धा से करते नमन गौरी पुत्र गणेश, भक्ति और कीर्तन करे दीजिए प्रभु आदेश। बोलो राम, 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 बोलो राम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय, प्रेम से बोलो श्री शिव भगवान की जय, प्रेम से बोलो श्री दुर्गा देवी माता की जय, प्रेम से बोलो श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। My dear friends, once more we have all assembled ourselves to glorify Bhagwan Ganapati, the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh. Indeed, my dear friends, those of you who are joining us night after night, indeed we are all blessed. Very fortunate are those individuals who can feast their eyes on this Mangal Murti. But my dear friends, when you feast your eyes on this Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh, on the form of divinity, Shraddha se, you must do it with faith and belief. Last night I said to you, my dear friends, that an individual prayed to the divine Ganapati, and my dear friends, she commanded him to get what she wanted. And I said last night, my dear friends, that each and every one of us, we possess the skills, we possess the power. We don't have to look externally for these powers, my dear friends. We could look internally. We could control the mind. Today is Tuesday. Today is a day dedicated to Hanuman Swami, Bajrang Bali. Throughout the world, even in this auspicious time of Ganesh Utsav, people will sing the Hanuman Chalisa, the 40 verses and praises to him. For it is stated in this age of Kali, Jai Hanuman, and we get the strength, we get the power, we get the encouragement, we get the willpower to be motivated to become successful in the world. And the purpose of this world, my dear friends, the purpose of this life is to live a purposeful life and a successful life. This is what each and every one of us want in this world. My dear friends, happiness, no amount of money you have in the world can buy it. Peace, shanti, the solace of the mind, the serenity of the heart. My dear friends, you have to want this badly, yearn for it badly, and my dear friends, work towards it. Nobody can give it to you. My dear friends, You, I, we are the creator of our own destiny. Whatever we want in this world, whatever we want to be, we can have it all if only we can surrender ourselves, have faith and belief in ourselves. And my dear friends, remember that not only by ourselves we can do it, with the help of others and the grace of the divine. Last night I mentioned there are many individuals having accomplished all the things in the world, then they feel that they have become too big. They have outgrown worshiping God. And I've been saying from night after night, don't forget for where you have come from. Don't forget in the early days when you're taught to put your hands together, pick a flower, and pray to the Lord. We must forever remember, my dear friends, that we are nothing without the grace of that Lord. And so too Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati. On the first night of this yajna, I mentioned that I very seldom like to read the katha where Lord Shiva severed the head of Lord Ganapati, that little boy. Because, my dear friends, when people hear that, they say all sorts of negative things. How come Lord Shiva could cut out somebody's head? But, my dear friends, Lord Shiva is the Lord of the world. I do not want to compare religions in the world. But if you look at another religion in the world, God sent his son into the world. And my dear friend, they crucify him. They destroy him. They hang him on a cross. And my dear friends, Christianity, our brothers and sisters, they based your religion on those incidents. So my dear friends, don't feel left out. Goddess Parvati and Bhagwan Shiva, they are the mother and father of the universe. And they wanted to give you and I, this earthly planet, this material world, they wanted to give us an all-inclusive Lord. And hence, my dear friend, they created a situation. Mata Parvati, she built him, she made him, she molded him. Lord Shiva severed their head, my dear friends, and then he asked them to put it back together with the elephant head. So, my dear friends, mother and father brings us into the world. And therefore, we must forever, ever be grateful towards our parents in this world. And tonight's katha will tell us, my dear friends, that even the same Lord Ganesh, he was grateful, forever grateful, with gratitude to the max towards his mother and father. Every religion in the world, every scripture in the world tells us, honor your mother and honor your father. We are not saying anything different. Unfortunately, my dear friends, there are many individuals whose parents have left them in this world, have gone to the great beyonds. Parents, my dear friends, only physically they leave us from this world. But my dear friend, they will forever be in our minds and in our hearts. And then we must always, no matter if they are not here in this world, we must always have that or show that, express that gratitude. This is why, my dear friends, in a few days from now, we are going to celebrate Pitra Paksh, not only for parents who have gone to the great beyonds, but for all the loved ones in Sanatan Dharma, in Hinduism, who have disembarked from this world, to offer our gratitude, express our love to them, asking Bhagwan Krishna that wherever they may be in this hemisphere, in this universe, may they forever shower grace and blessings upon us. And there is no individual, my dear friends, who showed more gratitude than Lord Ganesh. He taught us this wonderful example that without our parents, without our mother and father, we are nothing. Nothing, my dear friends, in this world. You know, there's a beautiful song. I'll sing one verse of it, which sings of the praises of mother and father, the greatness for what they have done in the world. Listen to these beautiful words. ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है धरती पे रूप माँ बाप का उस विधाता की पहचान है ये तो सच है कि भगवान है
मगर फिर
जिनसे मिला, काम कर जिनकी उंगली है बचपन चला। कांधे पर बैठ जिनके देखा जहां, ज्ञान जिनसे मिला क्या बुरा क्या भला। इतने उपकार के क्या कहे, ये बताना न आसान है। दर्जी पे रूप माँ बाप का, उस विधाता की पहचान है।
ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है। रवि पे रूप माँ बाप का, दूसरी दाता की पहचान है। ये तो सच है कि भगवान है।
जन्म देती है जो माँ जिस जग का, अपनी संतान में प्राण जिसके रहा। लोरियो होठ पर सपने बुनती नजर, मीर जो बार दे हंस के हर दुख सहे। ममता के रूप में ये प्रभु आपसे पाया वरदान है। दर्जी पे रूप माँ बाप का, उस विधाता की पहचान है।
ये तो सच है कि भगवान है मगर फिर भी अनजान है।
दर्जी पे रूप माँ बाप का, उस विधाता की पहचान है। ये तो सच है कि भगवान है। जन्मदाता है जो नाम जिनसे मिला, दाम कर जिनकी उंगली है बचपन चला। कांधे पर बैठ की जिनके देखा जहां, ज्ञान जिनसे मिला क्या बुरा क्या भला। इतने उपकार के क्या कहे, ये बताना न आसान है। दर्जी पे रूप माँ बाप का, उस विधाता की पहचान है। जन्म में दाता है जो, our parents just given us birth in this world. We cannot repay them in 7 births, if we get 7 births. If we born and die 7 times and come back into this world, we cannot repay them just for them bringing us into this world. Naam jinse mila. My dear friends, we don't take our own names. When we come into the world, our parents check with the pundits. Well, nowadays they ain't checking with the pundit. They're giving you nice names. They're looking at the Indian movies and nothing wrong, but they give you a name. A person without a name is a person without an identity. My dear friends, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they gave the name Ganapati, Vignashan, Mushakavahan. They made an identity that we can reckon with. And so too, they gave us our names, beautiful names, whatever they may be. Cherish it. With that name, we went on to build our characters into the world. We become a person into the world. Even though, my dear friends, when we grow up, we want to change our name to other things. But without parents' input in giving us this name, my dear friends, who would we be? Tamkar jing ungli hai bachpan chala. As we grow up as a little child, Bhagwan Shiva will hold on to the hands of Lord Ganapati, and he will make him make the first step, second step, holding the hand and showing him how to walk. Our parents did the same thing. And sometimes, my dear friends, they will leave the child alone, just like Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. They will leave Lord Ganesh to walk by himself, and he would fall on the ground. And they will get that little crackle, that little tickle. Oh, he's making his own footstep, all on his own. Same thing our earthly parents. When our children start to walk and make their first footstep, we want to have it on video. I'm sure Lord Shiva would have done that himself. But my dear friends, he has the master of video. Everything is stored in his brain, in his mind. For when he closed his eyes, he recognized the whole world. I always tell people the device that the Lord records our activities on this world. They haven't made that device yet. You see, the device we have today, if you go Control, Alternate, Delete, you delete what you have on the screen. You'll delete the memories. If you're not careful, you wipe out your whole disk. That is what modern day society, what we store. But the device that the Lord stores our activities, that cannot be erased, my dear friends. It cannot. The Lord is happy. Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they are happy with their child. So too our earthly parents. Our bachapan chalan, while we walk as a child, just so like Lord Ganesh, Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they inculcate into him beautiful words, how to speak, soft and sweet, tender words. Say the mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. Didn't our parents do the same thing? They teach us our first mantra, Om. Could you imagine, my dear friends, when the parents said the prattle of the child saying the first word, they're happy, they want to video it. Lord Shiva instilled in this Ganapati how to speak. When we speak to people, we must have utmost respect and regard. Speak with a loving tone. My dear friends, our parents, they did all that for us. Our parents didn't brought us up to be bullies in the world. They brought us up to be sound, solid, loving children. No parents want to see their children go in the bad way, so they teach them the right thing from the beginning. They teach us beautiful things. Kande par baitake, the bhajan says, from time to time, both mother and father, they will pick up the child and they will place the child on the shoulders. Kande par baitake, take a seat on my shoulder, oh my child. Bhagwan Ganapati did the same thing. Goddess Parvati and Bhagwan Shankar, they did the same thing. They placed Lord Ganesh on his lap, on top of their shoulder, and they said, Dinke deka jaha. Oh my child, this is the world. Everything you want can be yours. Our parents did the same thing to us. Our parents. And Bhagwan Ganapati, my dear friends, itne upakar hai kya kahe. The bhajan says, all this sacrifice and love and attention our parents give to us. Dhariti pe rupa ma bapaka. The greatest form of God upon the face of this earth is our mother and father. Bhagwan Shiva says, many things he tells us. He says, listen, O my children of the world, I want you to offer your heart to me. He did not mean literally take your heart and offer it to him, because if you do that, my dear friends, you will die. And he knows that physically, human beings will not be able to offer their heart. So then he says, if you look carefully, Lord Shiva says, if you look carefully to the trees that is dedicated to me, Shiva. If you look at the bay leaf, look at it carefully when you have time. What does it shape like? If you look at the peepal leaf, what does it shape like? I'm sorry I didn't, my dear friends, I had a long day today. Else, if I know what I was going to read tonight, I would have told Shishti to get a peepal leaf and get a bay leaf and show it on the screen. If I want to impress on your minds that those leaves that are dedicated to Bhagwan Shiva, it is shaped like a heart. It's shaped like a heart. And Lord Shiva says that if you cannot offer your heart, ek patra, one leaf, the bay leaf, the people leaf, prem se, offer it with love and devotion. And then, my dear friends, he says, if you make these offerings, you should be blessed. So, my dear friends, Bhagwan Shiva taught the world that, listen, during this period of Ganesh Utsav, this is Ganapati. He is the all-inclusive. And my dear friends, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they were shining examples for their children. Mind you, Bhagwan Ganapati have another brother, Swami Kartikeya. In a short while, I'll tell you about him a little bit, maybe in a night or two from now. Swami Kartikeya was the brother of Lord Ganesh. And my dear friends, both brothers, they grew up with great respect and regard for each other. And this is what parents try to inculcate in their home. They try to inculcate togetherness. They try to inculcate love and affection amongst their siblings, amongst their children. They want them to live together. Sisters and brothers must live together. So Bhagwan Ganapati had no sisters. So I don't want you to say that this katha does not pertain to you, sisters. It pertains to all children. When parents bring children in the world, like Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they want you to live together, lovingly, care for each other, be at the side of each other. Express that love, that at time of difficulty, stand by your brother, stand by your sister. Swami Kartikeya and Lord Ganesh, they were the very same. For this is what the parents inculcated in them. And so they grow up, my dear friends. But I'll tell you here tonight, when Goddess Parvati sits with Lord Shiva, she shows him utmost respect. She always massages his feet. She always speaks to him beautifully with beautiful words. Now the children hear the same thing. When Bhagwan Shiva speaks to Goddess Parvati, he don't call her, hey, oi, come here. No, he speaks to her in loving terms. Ati kamal netrawali, mere pyari sundari. Oh, my beloved, please get this for me. Not like in today's world, my dear friends, where husband and wives are barking at each other, becoming enemies with each other. Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati is telling us, if you want your children to follow in your traits, then we have to live that ideal life so that they can follow your traits and habits. And so it is, Bhagwan Ganesh and Swami Kartikeya, they follow in their parents' footsteps. Living good lives. Always happy. But I'll tell you here tonight, in all homes, even in Lord Shiva home, sometime they have little dispute. No home is spared of this. No family is spared of some sorts of negativity, some sort of difficulty, some sort of kuchur, if I may use that word. Well, my dear friends, kuchur must never be allowed in the home. And if there is, kuchur means little arguments and so forth. It must not be embedded and cast in stone, so it will remain there forever. So if there is any sorts of difficulty in the home, then the mother and father supposed to be the one to rectify it. Isn't that what parents do? Those of you who are listening to me, parents, if they see their children are not speaking to each other, they put them to sit down and they speak to them. Listen, you all are sisters, you all are brothers, you all are family. You must put aside your difference and express that love to each other. Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati, this is how they run their home. And notice I said home. For many of us, my dear friends, we just live in a shell. Many human beings in the world today, we live in a house. But the quest is, my dear friends, to transform that dwelling place, to transform that house, that which you have spent so much money to build, into a bhavan, into an ashram, into a home. A home, my dear friends, is when you have love, respect, and togetherness in the highest form. It's only then, my dear friends, you will say, or you could say to the world, this is my home. This is my bhavan. This is my divine place. And my dear friends, it is something that we all have to work towards. Well, my dear friends, Bhagwan Ganapati and Swami Kartikeya, they grew up as very handsome. Even though he has an elephant head, my dear friends, if you look at the Murti of Lord Ganesh, isn't it handsome indeed? It's a beautiful Murti. It's a beautiful face, even though, my dear friends, he has an elephant head. Well, Swami Kartikeya, my dear friends, the picture is not here, but he is equally handsome. Two beautiful sons, handsome children. And my dear friends, with great qualities and great habits. But one day, my dear friends, both of them had a little bit of difference. Little bit of argument between themselves. And what was the argument? Very subtle, they are saying. Swami Kartikeya is saying, well, it is time for me to get married. And Ganesh said, no, well, I want to get married. My dear friends, no Dulahin was there, but they want to get married. Long time ago, the parents will seek the Dulahin and the Dulaha for their children. Not in today's world. In today's world, everybody finding their own companion. Now, my dear friends, if you cannot find a companion, you just go on the internet. Boycom.com, girlfriend.com. And all that is good, my dear friends. Once, my dear friends, you could live happy and peaceful together, wherever the case may be. But in the case of Lord Shiva heard, and Goddess Parvati, they heard their two children amongst themselves, talking amongst themselves. Swami Kartikeya saying, well, it's time for me to get married. I have to get a Dulahin and bring children of my own. And Ganesh saying, well, I want to get married too. I want to have children. Everybody want to get married and have a family of their own. But my dear friends, Lord Shiva wanted separate wedding for his children, like many parents. In the case of Sri Ram, there was a very special occasion where all the four brothers get married one time. But not in today. Everybody wants their own limelight. Lord Ganesh wants his own limelight, and so too Swami Kartikeya. And therefore, Bhagwan Shiva, listening to these two boys, he intervened. He says, Swami Kartikeya, you want to get a Dulahin? He says, yes, Papa. Bhagwan Ganesh says, he asks Lord Ganesh, Mushakavahana, you want to get married? Yes, Daddy. Well, this is what's going to happen from now. One of you have to get married first. And therefore, I'm going to place a contest. And he speak to his children. He's not laying ground rules for them. He said, if I were to give a contest, that whoever go around the universe 3 times, and whoever has become victorious in that contest, in that race, then that person will get married first. It is not a command. He is asking them. Parents don't command their children, they speak to them. And Lord Shiva is saying, if I were to create a contest, that whoever go around the universe 3 times, and whoever became victorious, then that person will get married first. Will you all like such a contest? You see the difference how parents speak? The parent, look, you have to do this, you must do this, or else. Lord Shiva is saying, if I were to create a contest, and whoever go around the universe 3 times, and whichever one become victorious, then that person will get married. And they both agreed. Both children agreed. Yes, Papi. Well, I shouldn't say Papi, na? Papi means sinner. And always tell children, do not call your daddy Papi. Papi means sinner. Call him daddy, call him pa, call him pops. Nothing wrong with that. Some people just call it dad pops. Don't call Papi. Papi means a sinner. And even though I say that sometimes, people get old and they still call their daddy Papi. Then what you really learning? Huh? Better call him by his name. Do not use the word Papi. That's a bad word. Mahasin. Children, do not do that. So my dear friends, they both agreed. Both children agreed to their father. And you see how the father solved the equation? He brought both children together. He put them to sit down and he conversed with them. He speak to them. And so too in today's world, Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati is saying, parents of the world, you must speak to your children. For far too often, my dear friends, parents have become too busy because of the material world. Because of the material world, engrossed in work and everything else. Nobody said don't work. Nobody said, my dear friends, don't go online, don't go here, don't go there. But my dear friends, we must never leave our children behind. Look around very carefully. Look around carefully. If you look at your children carefully, my dear friends, you can tell if there's a problem with the child by just looking at them. But if, my dear friends, if you don't even look at them sometimes, if you don't pay attention to them, how will you know if something is wrong in the child's life? This is a beautiful katha, very simple katha, but very meaningful one for today's world. Parents, pay attention to your children. Don't push them aside. One night I told you that this young man, this young boy, he could not assimilate the knowledge that was being taught to him. And eventually, my dear friends, they left the child alone. Do not leave your children alone. Do not leave them unattended. Find something for them to do. Incorporate them, my dear friends, in some sort of activities. Express your love. Speak to them on a daily basis. Have family meetings. Sit and speak to them. This is the ways of the world today. Suji is telling Maharaj Yudhishthir this beautiful katha of Bhagwan Ganapati listening to his father with Swami Kartikeya, and they agreed to go on to this contest. And my dear friends, they began. The contest was whoever go around the universe 3 times will win this race. And that person will get married first. And so it is, my dear friends, Swami Kartikeya. I must tell you a little bit about the brother of Ganapati. His name is Skand, Swami Kartikeya. And he have 3 heads, my dear friends. And he has a very powerful bird as his Vahan. All the devatas have their Vahan. Vahan means vehicle. And it's not a Mercedes Benz or a limousine, nothing like that. It is in the form of animal. Saraswati Ma, she has the Hans or the swan. Lakshmi Ma, my dear friend, she sits on the lotus and she travels. Brahma has the bird. Vishnu, my dear friends, has the bull. Lord Shiva has the bull. My dear friends, but do you think that Lord Ganesh has the mushak, the rat? Durga Ma has the lion. And I can go on and on and on. But my dear friends, do you think that these divinities need these animals to travel? They can will themselves here and they can will themselves there. But for the purpose of understanding and the philosophy of knowledge and symbolism, these attributes are placed with them. So Swami Kartikeya, he has this crane. And this crane is a powerful bird. It moves like lightning very, very fast. And when he heard that whoever goes around the universe 3 times, and that whoever is successful, he was happy. Why was he happy? Because he thought in his mind he had an advantage. And you know, everybody wants an advantage in today's world. Everybody wants to win. Nobody wants to lose. Everybody wants to win. So Swami Kartikeya, he is thinking that I will definitely win my brother in this race. I will get married first. And my dear friends, so he is thinking. And my dear friends, he started the race. He started to go around the universe. Now the universe is a huge place. All depends what you think the universe is. The galaxies and all sorts of things, all the planets all over the place. If a shuttle goes up into space, how much days does it take? Huh? They're having commercial flights now to go to the moon. You have to have the dineros, they have to have the money, the paisa to pay for it. If you have that, you can go. But my dear friend, Swami Kartikeya, he went what he thought was the universe. And he is traveling in all the different galaxies. And he is looking on at Lord Ganesh. I am going to beat you today. I am going to win this race. How could Ganesh, with this huge stomach and this little rat, how he could win this race? Not over me. I am going to get married first. And Swami Kartikeya, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati with a beautiful smile. So to all the devatas, they are looking along at this contest. Bhagwan Ganapati, he sat all by himself. And he is not moving. And Swami Kartikeya is building up a good sweat going through the universe. And so it is Swami Ganapati, Bhagwan Ganesh, he began to ask himself, who am I? I am Ganesh. Who brought me here? My mother and my father. So therefore, where is my world? Where is the universe? He's asking himself. So too we must ask questions of ourselves. Who am I? Why was I brought here? What is my function here? Where am I to go from here? If you can answer these little basic questions, my dear friends, then we will go places. Other than that, my dear friends, we are right here. And Suji is telling Maharaj Yudhishthir, Bhagwan Ganesh seated, he went up to his mother and father. And his mother and father is looking at him. Oh Ganapati, oh Mushakavahan, look at your brother. He is traveling. He is going to win the race. He placed his hands together very humbly. And my dear friends, he circumambulated his mother and father. Not just 3 times, but 5 times he went around his mother and father. Swami Kartikeya is looking on. When is he going to start the race? He went around 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. On the 5th occasion, he bowed on the feet. And then he says, Pitaji, oh father, I have went around the universe not just 3 times, but I have went around the universe 5 times. From Akashvani, the heavenly region, flowers were showered. Prem Swalo Shri Gajanan Swami Ki. And those of you who are here, at least you can say Jai. Prem Swalo Shri Gajanan Swami Ki. My dear friend, Jai means victory. Wherever you are, don't be ashamed to say it. Say it, my dear friend. Those of you at home who are listening to me. Prem Swalo Shri Gajanan Swami Ki. My dear friends, he bowed before the feet of his mother and father. And that flowers being showered upon him and Lord Shiva, it symbolized that he has won the race. My dear friends, where is your universe? Where many individuals today are looking for God all over the place. My dear friend, Bhagwan Shiva says also, if you can offer your heart to me, offer me a bay leaf, offer me a peepal leaf. Or, you know what? I have placed before you a replica of me, your mother and your father. Twameva mata, chapita twameva. I place before you in this physical world your mother and father. Seek their blessings. Just like Ganapati, seek his blessings. There is your world. And if you can please your mother and father, then there lies your success. So my dear friends, when Bhagwan Ganesh bowed before his mother and father's feet, going around them 5 times, Pach Parikrama, he was deemed to have won the race. Swami Kartikeya, my dear friends, became angry. But my dear friends, when Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati explained the philosophy behind this, that my dear friend, Swami Kartikeya conceded defeat. The brother conceded defeat. And it takes a big person to say, oh my brother, you have won. I congratulate you. I congratulate you. And then my dear friend, Bhagwan Ganesh, not only did he get married first, my dear friends, but he was given the title, Pratama Bhajo Mai Ganapati Deva Jai 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 Gananata. So this katha, my dear friends, this katha tells us the greatness of mother and father, where Lord Ganesh is teaching the world that, listen, children of the world, if you want to win the grace of God, if you want to win the grace of me, Bhagwan Ganapati says, don't just come to me and leave your parents behind. So my dear devotees, those of you who are listening to me, if you have your parents alive and you don't speak to them, and my dear friends, and you are worshipping this Murti, then you will get some merits, but you will get 100% marks. You would have failed somewhere. So I want you, my dear friends, if you have your parents alive, seek their blessings in this period also. And this is why, my dear friends, when we do the final Visarjan, when we could have gone by the beaches and you crack your coconut, I make the devotees light their camphor with the coconut and go to the ocean and offer prayer for the parents who are not here in the world with them. And my dear friend, this will complete your devotion. So my dear friends, the bhajan says, great indeed, mother and father. One line of this song, and then we conclude. हर बात कि तुमको भूल भले, माँ बाप को मत भूलना।
हर बात कि तुमको भूल भले, माँ बाप को मत भूलना।
उपकार इनकी लाखों है, इस बात को मत भूलना।
हर बात कि तुमको भूल भले, माँ बाप को मत भूलना।
धरती पे देवों को पूजा, भगवान को लाख मनाया है। तब तेरे सूरत पाया है, संसार में तुझको बुलाया है। इन पावन लोगों के दिल को पत्थर बन कर मत तोड़। हर बात की तुमको भूल भली, माँ बाप को मत भूलना। So my dear friends, Suji is telling Maharaj Yudhishthir that listen, Bhagwan Ganapati, he showed utmost respect and regard for his mother and father, hence he is called Pratham Pujya. And my dear friends, in this period of Ganesh Utsav, as we worship this Lord, Mahaganapati, the Mangal Murti, may we also, my dear friends, reverence our mothers and our fathers. So my dear friends, I salute the mother and fathers of the world for bringing their children and being good parents in the world. And this katha, my dear friends, teaches us that Bhagwan Ganesh shows us in worshiping our parents, we attain success, we attain peace. And I want you, my dear friend, those of you who are looking on, those who are here, never forget for where you have come from. And this is my message to you tonight. Remember your parents. And if they are not here, my dear friends, then don't forget to say a prayer for them. In this period, Pitra Paksha is coming. And my dear friends, we should seek their blessings and remember them. Offer a little Tilanjali, offer a little water in their name. That, oh Lord Krishna, oh Bhagwan Ganapati, wherever my parents may be, may they forever bless me, guide me. And oh Mother and Father, may tum say, Pyadhu, I love you. Thank you for bringing me into this world. If you say this simple prayer, my dear friends, you'll be blessed, you'll be guided, and you'll be protected for a long, long time. My dear friends, on Saturday the 18th, my dear friends, we are inviting each and every one of you from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. to bring your offerings into our home at 74 12th Street in Barataria. We'll have some beautiful singing for you. And my dear friends, you will be allowed to make your worship to the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh. Those of you who have your murtis at home, you can bring your murtis along. And on Sunday, we journey to take this murti to do our final Visarjan. So bear this in mind. On Saturday the 18th, we offer an invitation to each and every one of you at number 74 12th Street in Barataria, where we begin our Murti Puja for the public from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. I will start to read, my dear friends, from 6 in the evening, where we will do our Murti Puja, 6 o'clock sharp, and 7:15, we shall conclude on that Saturday. So we look forward to see you on that beautiful day, where we can join together in worship together and feel the presence of Lord Ganesh. There are many people who have been calling, my dear friends, and say, oh Pandit, how sad it is that we cannot come to witness, to be in part of this. Understand, my dear friends, there are limitations in the country, and because of this, we are having virtual discourses night after night. But on the 18th, Saturday the 18th, you're all invited to attend between 1 and 5. So, my dear friends, we conclude here for tonight. Put your hands together, close eyes. Om Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu, Mangalam Garuvadvajam, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलायष्टनु हरि। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बंधु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। ओम शांति ओम, ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति ओम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, आज शक्ति दुर्गा देवी माता की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Thank you all for listening. God blessings to all.